Misty Noel was released from prison early last May. The ex-wife of convicted former Clark County Sheriff Jamey Noel pleaded guilty to 5 counts of theft and 5 counts of tax evasion. She was sentenced to 18 months in prison, which she began serving on July 3rd of last year. Now she is scheduled for release at the end of April, close to 10 months after she went behind bars. Misty's attorney, Bart McMahon, told us she received credits that reduced her sentence. Misty's former husband, Jamey Noel, was sentenced to 12 years in prison after pleading guilty to dozens of charges, including theft, tax evasion, and money laundering, among others. You can find our complete coverage on their crimes on wave3.com or on the Wave News app.